get this show and same time. Before we get our trades going, first and foremost, above all else, that's what we gotta do. Let's see, did we get the 1080 today? We're at 1080, baby. We're at 1080. Where is this? Connect. We are at 1080. If you ever played Nintendo 64, let me know what games you used to play. Mario Kart 64 was one of the favorites, for sure. But 1080 was also good. 1080 snowboard. I had no idea about snowboarding until that game, I swear. You're looking great today. Someone hacked your account. Which account? Which account did they hack? Music is too high. Okay. Thank you for that. Which account? Which account did they hack? Who hacked my account? Let's solve that right now. All these crazies today. Thank you, crazies, for being crazy. No, I was talking about the warning they gave you first. Which warning? Which warning are you talking about? No idea what you're talking about. Please stop. Thank you for always keeping me informed, by the way. Which warning, amigo? Which warning? Not sure what you mean. You guys are talking crazy this morning. I don't know what got into your coffee this morning. Drones for God's glory. I'm gonna mute these guys. What do you mean, what's going on? My bad, Raj. My bad. Yes, sir. Everything's gravy. Okay, let's get the news. Sorry, I got distracted with a few things. Gravy, gravy, gravy. We have FOMC today. Lovely. Market opened 5 minutes ago. We got our movements happening. Back, front, side to side. You scared me, Fahad. You scared me. Scared me this morning. Let me fix that up. I'm gonna shut these guys up. You guys better pipe down. Got time for nonsense. Shouldn't we leave after December 15, take out some profits and enjoy until January 15? That's something you could do too. Absolutely. After the middle of the month, like I was saying last week, after the middle of the month, really it slows down. Most bankers and stuff have already gone for holidays, so there's really no need in trading. I'm just already here at home anyway. Like, I'm already here. I already have it set up. I do these for fun with you guys. I don't get paid to do these. I do it for fun. I enjoy it. Hanging out. The last week, for sure. Like the last... next week. So like this week, no problem. Still be doing lives. Next week, for sure. I probably won't do any in the morning. Next week is yeah, the 23rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. Next week I won't do anything. Probably not. Maybe some stuff in the evening for fun. Just hang out. I don't see myself really doing lives next week. The 30th, 31st, no point. The 1st, obviously not. And we'll see about the rest of the days. So this may be the last week of lives. But you are right in terms of like of doing that, yeah. Are you ready for some more alien drones? Tell me you've been following what's been going on. Because a lot of my theories have been... I can't say been proven right, because we don't know what's right and what's wrong. But a lot of my theories... Just saying, a lot of my theories... pretty on point. Just saying. My crazy theories. Crazy bus, crazy bus. That's what I thought. What did I just close? Okay, okay. Okay, okay. Okie dokie, Smokey. Did you just say too much cold there? Did you really just say that? You know I'm in Canada, right? Tell me what cold is for you. No. First, you tell me. Look, I have it ready. I opened the weather app so I could show you. What's the temperature there? And I will show you what cold is. Here is winter. Here it's winter also. It's winter also. Where are you located again? Bangladesh? 16 degrees. Fahad is in Bangladesh and Raj is in India. Hassan is in Morocco. 16 degrees. You guys do Celsius, right? Not like Americans. Everything's Fahrenheit, where they make their own temperature. So Fahad is 16 degrees. Let us know 16 degrees Celsius or Fahrenheit. Raj, what's the temperature there? For sure it's warm in India. Cold for you is probably 17, 18 degrees also. 12 degrees. Celsius or Fahrenheit? Because I'm going to show you what the temperature is. I'm going to show you what it is and what we go by over here. Okay? Here, at this moment, okay, at this moment, it's 4 degrees Celsius. But we don't go by that. See where it says, I don't know if you can see it. It says feels like 1 degree. We go by where it says feels like 1 degree. That's called the wind chill. So when there's so much wind, it makes it feel colder than it actually is. Okay? So here's the thing. It's 4 degrees Celsius, feels like 1 degree Celsius. For us, right now, today is warm. Today is warm. Today's a warm day. So, you're cold? Feels like 1 degree. Today is warm for us. I'm not even exaggerating. That's warm for us. For this season, okay, we're not invincible. We obviously feel the cold. I thought it would be negative and snow. No, snow can happen from, I believe it's 4 degrees and less. I think it's either 4 and below or 1 and below. Obviously 0 and below you get snow for sure. It depends on the wind, I guess. If it could be more ice in that range, like 1 to 4 degrees, depending on the wind. But when it's 0 and below, you get snow. But there's no snow right now. There's no snow right now. It's been so warm that it's been raining. Man will freeze there. You guys would freeze here. During the winter time, like serious winter time. On average, it gets to like -10, -15. Okay? -10, -15 feels like -20, -25. That's average. That's an average winter. On the really cold days, and really cold winters, it goes to -30, -35, feels like -40. When you breathe through your nose, you inhale. Instantly, when I say instantly, I mean like instantly, all the moisture on your nose hairs freeze. Like when you see in shows and movies, or like Mortal Kombat or whatever, where they have like freezing powers and things just freeze instantly. It's exactly like that in your nose. If you put on a face mask to cover your mouth, by the time you get to the corner, like you walk out for 60 seconds, 1 to 3 minutes, it's all like crystals on your mask from your breathing. Make a video and send. Sure, when it's cold enough. When it's cold enough, I'll do it. You see, when it gets to that, you see videos. Well, we do. We see videos show up on social media of people grabbing hot water, like boiling hot water. They go outside and they go like this, and they throw it, and then it like freezes instantly. People doing CS snowman trend. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that snowman trend is. I'm kind of afraid to ask. Enlighten us, Fahad. Enlighten us. Please enlighten us with what this snowman is. Does this snowman have a carrot nose? Oh, it's a song. Never heard of it. Never heard of it. Is it about a snowman from Bangladesh? Yeah. My mind is thinking of a different kind of snowman, I guess. a snowman that says, "Oh look, you're stuck in the freezer. Let me help you." That could have actually, now that I think about it, that could have actually been interpreted two ways. How could I put this without getting canceled? It could have been taken in a very naughty way. Okay, we'll put it that way. In a very naughty way, or in a very like gruesome way. Because if someone's stuck in a freezer, like that's very violent. Go to jail sort of thing. Well, both you can go to jail, I guess. On one says no. While we wait for the trade, while we wait for this to happen, we have some alien stuff to update ourselves on because it keeps getting more and more interesting. Russia to launch free therapeutic mRNA cancer vaccine in 2025. I'm not going to say anything. Yet. Not going to say anything yet, but I will say something. Let's catch up first. Let me make sure I don't miss anything. What type of music do you usually listen to? I listen to rap, really. Rap and hip hop is the main thing that I listen to. Can you explain the issue with the drones? Sort of I will. But let's be a good, yes, exactly. Let's be a good man and let's not get too crazy with the snowman thing. All we know is he has a big carrot. Big carrot, buttons, a scarf, and another carrot. He's vegetarian. That's why he has two carrots. Before somebody takes it the wrong way. He's a vegetarian snowman. Which is true because he doesn't have any meat. He's not packing any meat. Interpret that however you want. So, with the drones. The truth is nobody knows exactly what's going on. And that's the big issue here. Now, on the topic of aliens and stuff like that. On the topic of aliens and the whole conversation. There have been lots of alien sightings. And when I say alien sightings, I don't mean like the actual beings. I mean like the crafts that people can't identify. Crafts that don't seem to be man-made sort of crafts. Or orbs of light or weird things. Not the drones. Because we know what drones are, right? So there's a difference here. And that's what's making things so weird. So people have been sighting unidentified objects, UFOs, let's call them. or was it unidentified aerial phenomena, UAPs. So people have been citing that weird balls of light, weird things, not man-made or seemingly not man-made. That. Then you have a bunch of random drones showing up mainly at night in strange places, which are clearly man-made drones. They're not UFOs, they're man-made drones. Where they're from, nobody knows. The government clearly knows where they're going, where they're coming from. They're probably in control of them, the US, but they're not shooting them down and they're leaving them alone. They're telling the public, don't worry, we know what they are, but we're not saying anything. So with those elements, that's what makes things so weird, because they clearly know, but there's also these other things that can't be explained. So I was saying it's possible that they're putting these out there as a way of distracting people from the actual aircraft or things in the air that can't be explained, as a way of confusing you. So when people talk about the topic of something in the air or a drone or whatever, or I think I saw a UFO, our auto response now becomes, it's probably a drone. It's not an alien, it's a drone. And most of them at this point are now drones. But things get interesting because people have been reporting weird circumstances happening with their electronics when some of these come by. Certain things activate, radios turn on, like kind of like from the movies. Really curious to see the apocalypse. Well, it's like what I would always say to everyone. When you're gonna die, like when it's your turn to die, there's really like no turning back. Someone said, what would you do? What would you do if the earth just exploded all of a sudden? Nothing. So like if we were in end times, which theoretically or metaphorically is a better word. Metaphorically, we are, in a sense, we are at the end times of what society was. So during these times, society as a whole is changing. It's not going to be the same. Side note, for those trading, make sure you're ready with your trade. If it crashes into our zone like a big candle, wait for confirmation. If you're going to just tap in on the aggressive, when it's crashing in there, make sure you're ready for the problems that it can come with. So with the drones, that's more or less what's been going on. More or less. They're showing up everywhere. They've had like press conferences and stuff like that, like the government speaking. A lot of like the mayors and city politicians have been asking like the federal government and the military, like, hey, what are these? On that level of government, they don't know what's going on. They're saying, hey, what is this? Like, the public's panicking. We need answers. Can you tell us what's going on? Since you don't want to shoot them down, clearly you know what they are or where they're from. So that level of government doesn't know. Trump went and spoke yesterday, I think it was. Basically saying, like, yes, our government knows what they are, where they're going, where they're coming from. but they're not shooting them down for some reason, so we don't think it's the enemy. And the military won't say what it is, and the president knows what it is, Biden, but for some reason they're not saying anything. Then you have the theory of maybe these drones are looking for something. It's speculated that they could be looking for some type of radioactive material, could be looking for some type of nuclear weapon or device. That, again, this is all speculation. There's no like, this is what they're doing. We don't know for a fact yet. Yeah, see the videos coming out? That's a sneak preview. I got some things coming for you guys in the new year. Been working hard behind the scenes. During the holidays, it's time to work. It's time to work. It's time to work, baby. Baby duck, baby duck. Bardock. Bardock. So let's update ourselves over here. Mystery drones are spotted in the night sky over US airbase in Britain. Is there anything I can do for you or with you? I'll have to listen to the whole thing after. Send shorter voice notes. 30 seconds. Like I teach my team. If it goes over 30 seconds, ask yourself, how can I make this shorter? And do it again. It's interesting because when you listen to Elon Musk, whether you're a fan of the guy or not, he was talking about something about like building businesses. So it's like you kind of set out the plan of like a proven concept and then look for ways to make it more efficient, cut things out and all that. So it's kind of the same process. When I make a video, And this I got from Mr. Beast. Give credit where it's due. When I finished the video, I asked myself, how can I make it? How can I cut out 30%? So what can I cut out that I don't actually need? Now that it's done and I like it, what can I cut out to still deliver the same message in a faster, more efficient way? Israel to close. That I had no idea. I had no idea that Irish Dublin embassy over anti-Israel. I had no idea that they had anti-Israel policies. Ireland announced it would intervene in this case, which began after military operations in Gaza. Well, they're choosing their sides. I don't get involved in that topic because one thing I don't like to do is talk too much politics with things. Because if I'm ignorant on a subject, I can admit that. And for me to talk about one side or the other when I don't have a, I guess you could say I don't have a dog in the fight. I'm ignorant of the history of both sides. I can only go by like what I've looked at and learned. And I have friends on both sides, and I just don't want people to die. That's all I want when it comes to that conflict. I don't want innocent people to die. And I don't like seeing innocent people die, all because rich billionaires and elite people are fighting with each other, trying to take over territories and resources from one another, and the people end up paying the price for it. So I don't like seeing that. Feds to deploy high-tech system to New York as drone swarms have experts baffled. Saber, what's up? Good morning. What's up, Saber? You said it right. Thank you, Donnie. Appreciate it. Good morning. Good morning, Donnie. Good morning, Donnie. Donnie. Feds to deploy high-tech systems. Let's go down the rabbit hole this morning. Oh, look, stepbrother. I'm stuck in the rabbit hole. Can you check? Yeah, one sec. Yeah, I'm saying stuck in the rabbit hole. I'm low-key pressed. I was going to invest in Palantir and then I had to wait for my Canadian dollar to convert to US, and it went up $10 in the span of a couple days. My friend, my best friend invested in that like a month ago or so. He had some puts on it, some options in it. He made quite a bit. He told me about it, but it's not my thing. Made some good coin. It was a good call. He made a good call. So for Raj, as long as you focus and back test, let's see how it plays out. Let's see how she goes. Yes. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Let's see this. This sequence. We escaped the rat race. Looking for it to go down and get in again. Well, Saber, I would suggest, okay, this shoe, sorry, a shiny ball syndrome, that didn't help either. This ad, I don't think this is meant to look like a shoe. Like, are they advertising underwear? Temu? This is a Temu ad? See, look, it changed. I caught them. I caught them red-handed. I called them out and they changed the ad. They're like, oh snap, somebody caught us. They changed the ad. Saber, if I were working with you directly, as an example, something I would say is let it go. The trade's done. Let it go. If you know how to analyze the charts and stuff like that, and if you're looking for a re-entry, then sure. But don't get too attached to trades. Don't get too attached to trades, prices. If you missed it, you missed it. See what else you can find. Yeah, sure. Look for a re-entry. Sure. But don't get too attached to it, because then your mind will start to play tricks on you. It's 10:30 or 10? 10:30. 10:30 is the news. Not a big deal, the oil news. FOMC is the big news today at 2 p.m. So I think I expect to see some manipulation closer to 11. Well, we'll see. The oil news might trigger it. I don't think so. We will see. Raj, in answer to your question, we all want to know how they work. We all want to know how they work, but there's the institutional traders, and then there's the retail traders. Notice how these two don't touch. The only time they touch is when they exchange money. That's it. That's a good example. I just made it up. But that's it. Either we're taking their money, or most of the time they're taking our money. So if you want to know what they're doing, if you know what they're doing, then you're no longer a retail trader. Hope that makes sense. I just want to know how they work. You're not the only one. You're not the only one, my brother. You're not the only one. The best breakdown of how they work, that's simplified and easier, I should say, easier to follow, I'd have to say I think it's ICT concepts. What is the thing that people teach? There's consolidation, then manipulation, and then, or what is it? I always forget what they're called, but that's pretty much what to expect. Like, if you want to know what they're doing, like, that's why it's good to know where liquidity is. Like how whenever you mark out a chart, like, and I'm talking about you specifically, you mark out order blocks and you mark out fair value gaps. These are areas of retail traders understanding of where there's liquidity. What is liquidity? Liquidity is orders that need to be filled in the market. So let me draw this out here. So if I'm a big retail trader and I have millions and billions I gotta move, for you to understand how I can make my movements, I have to be able to have somebody fulfill my orders. So that's where the psychology comes in. If I have millions and billions of shares, of contracts that I need to fill, like if I have a big buy order, I need a lot of people on the sell side. And if there isn't a lot of people on the sell side, then I need to make them be on the sell side. So if I can trick people to jump on the sell side, then I am able to position myself to start having my orders filled. Because, as an example, if I had an account of $1 billion, which doesn't really happen that way. You can't have $1 billion Forex account. Whole different conversation. But if I had a $1 billion account and I see the price is, just an example, gold is at $2,600 and I hit buy at like a 1,000 lot or whatever, like some crazy amount, it doesn't go through. Like those orders are not all getting executed at the $2,600. If I put a buy, there's not enough sellers for it. So we're gonna have to push sellers. And when things get pushed, it gets pushed to a certain price so it can get filled. So the order isn't that, like, let's say right now it's 26.36. I have like billions of dollars I need to have filled at $2,600. I need a landslide of a price so all the orders can come down so it can fill and close at my price. Where they make these decisions, where they decide this, we will never know, ever. The day you learn where these are, you're no longer a retail trader. Who pushed to that level like there is a central server or something that moves? It's the big institutions. The central server is the exchange. It's the big exchange. Right now we are trading New York Open. What is New York Open? It's the NYSE, New York Stock Exchange. How do I join institutions? If you go to your local hospital and tell them that you're crazy, they will take you to an institution. Probably not the institution you'd like. To become part of the retail traders, I'll tell you this. This is the reality. Then use quant analysis to enter, exit. Sure, yeah, you can. Yeah, exactly. You can use that to enter and exit. Here is your question was, how can you join the institutions? So if you're talking about the financial institutions, all of us here are not part of, I'm going to say it without saying it, are not part of this club. Do you understand what I'm saying? We're not part of that club. We're the wrong blood. In most cases, not all cases. It's still possible for us, but very small chance. That makes sense? Okay. Yes. You understand what I said? And that's just the reality of it. And that's why I don't get involved with that topic, because the innocent people on the bottom level are fighting because big globalists and institutions are fighting over land and resources so that they can be more rich. And the blood of the innocent are the ones that pay the price. That's why I don't touch that topic. Because it's not just what's happening on the ground level. It's deeper than that. And the truth is we won't know the truth. So why are we gonna fight even verbally? Oh, this is interesting. Mysterious drone flights have no Pentagon connection, US says. Like we can believe that. But still, if that's what they're saying, it's worth taking note. I would love some cookies. Yes, cookies, please. There's a paywall. No. Subscription. Register for free. Subscription. Register for free. Or see you later. Let's just take what we can get. The Pentagon confirmed that the mysterious drones spotted over Northeast are not from government tests. Major General Pat Ryder stated that while drone flights near military sites are taken seriously, they're not new. He noted that sightings likely include lawful commercial, hobbyist, and law enforcement drones, as well as misidentified objects like stars. That is so dumb. That is so dumb. White House spokesman John Kirby echoed that there is no national security or public safety threat posed by these drones. Okay, then. In other words, stop paying attention to what we're doing and get back to your everyday life. You're paying too much attention to us and you're blowing our cover. With over 1 million registered drones in the US, most are used for recreational activities. All right, sure. And having banking and finance certificate as well as SEBI certificate, like an ISM, could be in brokerage service, but yep, that is the right path to get there for sure. If you want to take the traditional route on that. Santander. I knew a guy, his name was Satinder. Nice guy. He was a closet racist. Should I join the club? Which club? Which club? Which club are you talking about? The Closet Club? You can join whatever club your little heart desires. $10:30 news. 10:30. Here we are. News hit. No reaction. Just as I predicted. But we knew it's not high impact news anyway, so it's not like it's a surprise. Not some genius. Which club? Exactly. Which club? Not again, two versions. That's why you got to pay attention to what I say, because I speak in like 2 languages. Remember we researched about that club, Raj, brother? Maybe I should close my mouth because I'm gonna have to watch you guys. That didn't sound good either. We also saw a video of a man exploring. This is going downhill. Fahad, you are not helping your situation here. Oh no, the Illuminati Club. That's cute. That's cute. But you guys have never been to a Freemason temple. Come on, guys. Bohemian Club. Oh, so you guys went to the forest. You guys went to the forest and dressed up in robes. You're gonna cancel Edwin along with us. I'll be okay. I'll be okay because I've been to the Mason Temple a few times. I've spoken to them directly about the Illuminati. I've asked them questions. I've asked at the Freemason Temple, at the Masonic Temple, I've asked the lodge leaders directly about that. Don't talk these publicly, or on the next day we'll be on the newspaper. Don't worry. Don't worry, Fahad. If we're on the newspaper, we'll be okay. Nobody reads the newspaper. We'll be okay. Some people ask me if I'm what's it called? Satanist? Or if I'm part of the Illuminati or whatever. Because this is the pendant that I have. Oh, don't tell me we have 2 days of no morning trade. I don't like trading in the evenings. I prefer to have the trades done in the morning and not worry about trades after. But I did say last week, like I think it was Fahad that said, shouldn't we just take our profits and take a break till the rest of the year? Pretty much. Last week I was saying how from the middle of the month till the end of it, don't really expect to have too many trades. It just sucks when we've had such a good winning streak to go. Now, I will say, to go from a winning streak to having like no trade days sucks, but I'd rather go from winning to no trade instead of winning to losing. So if you had to choose one, that's a much better option than losing. Yo, okay, need to go, elder brother. Having a little work to do, but yeah, we'll decode the institutional path. And man, I got it. You sell your soul. I didn't sell my soul. No way. No way. Never sell my soul. My soul is mine. My soul is mine, belongs to me and God. That's it. I don't sell my soul to nobody. When you learn what that symbol means, you'll understand. It's not an evil symbol. It's actually a positive symbol. And I've been wearing this symbol since before I learned what I learned going to the Masonic Temple. I'm not saying I'm a Freemason. So for the people that I know that are Freemasons, just to be clear, I'm not saying I'm a Freemason. Nothing wrong with being a Freemason. But I'm not going to pretend to be one when I'm not. Out of respect to my Masonic friends. I would say Masonic brothers, but then it sounds like I'm saying I'm part of the brotherhood. I've been to the temple. I have Masonic friends. respectfully. Out of clarification, I'm not a Freemason. The barriers and benefits as global bank looks to branch out in Canada. Now TP 2621, 2631. All right. Say me secret. What are you hiding? I hide nothing. That's actually a lie. What I'm hiding, I won't tell you, but what I'm hiding has nothing to do with Freemasonry. I have a friend that taught me how to test gold purity and silver. And he was buying and selling gold and silver. And a Freemason or somebody with a Freemason ring came to sell their ring or sell a Freemason ring. And I got to keep the stone. He let me keep the stone. So it has the Freemason logo on it, on a precious stone. He let me keep it. I went to the bank. I got 2 crisp, brand new $1 bills. And I got a pamphlet from the temple, from the Masonic temple. There's actually here close to my house, but doesn't exist anymore. They turned it into condos. And I framed it all together. In the middle, I put the stone. On the side, I put the pamphlet. It says, "What is Freemasonry?" with the symbols, with the compass and the square and the G. And I put the 2 $1 bills showing each side, one the front and one the back. And I have that framed. What is Freemasonry? I have it in a box here. It's pretty cool. I want to know who are on top of the club and who runs the elites. Come on, Fahad. Everybody wants to know that. You think that we're gonna find out? Can I show, please, when I find it? I have it in a box. I have it here stored away in my storage. So when I come across it, sure, I'll show it. I'll show it. Fahad, it's elder brother. I wish it was me. I manipulate the markets with my mind. Here's how I manipulate the markets. I'm gonna give you my secret. When I want the market to go down, I put a buy. And when I want the markets to go up, I put a sell. Does that make sense? You ever notice when you put in a buy, it goes the opposite direction? When you put in a sell, it goes the opposite direction? So that's how I manipulate the markets. When I want my friends to make money and they're in a buy, I make sure I sell. Yeah, that's how I do it. It's a secret. Now you know my secret. Old friend, how is life, my brother? My G. How have you been? How have you been? Hustlers. Hustlers, hustlers, hustlers. Good morning indeed. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We try to go live every day. Let's hang out. Conspiracies, news, trading, vibes. It is going to be the holidays, so we will be toning down the lives as of next week. But for the rest of the week, hang out. Give away free sauce. Free sauce. $10:42 a.m. Eastern Time. Let's see what happens. What? Are you kidding, Fahad? Me also have to go, battery down, have a great day, don't let anyone piss you off. Yes, Fahad, yes. Okay, you go enjoy. Charge your batteries. And you keep smiling and don't let anybody piss you off. Yes, indeed. I love it. I love it. That just made my day. Thank you, Fahad. Keep up the good work. Buy with a joyful heart. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Have an awesome rest of your day. Have an amazing rest of your day. Soon you'll be saying amazing to everything too. Watch. Fahad, how are you today? Amazing. I'm amazing. Have you met Fahad? He's amazing. Just like Edwin. Edwin is amazing. That's something people don't realize. I teach people how to be amazing. That's my slogan, by the way. Welcome. Welcome to being amazing. Business, news, network. Would like to use your current location. I'm going to put don't allow, but we already know they're doing that anyway. So dumb. Auto renews. Look at this. Gift yourself a new perspective. $34.99 a month or $149 for the year. What are they selling? Get unlimited digital access across your devices. Same room. Like, are you selling this? Bloomberg subscription? No. No thanks. Who wants that? Do you trade crypto? Yes. Yes, but I'm not as heavy into crypto anymore. We do look at crypto. We do have people in our group that focuses solely on crypto. There was a time in my legendary history where I was able to grow 18K to 95K US. And then from there, I watched it dip a little bit, took profits, moved on, lived off of crypto for like a year and a half. And then it was a bear market. Then I just got used to not focusing on crypto. I have some money in crypto, but I don't trade it like I used to. Before it was like I'd be up all day looking at crypto charts, scavenging through the fields of crypto meme coins and picking possible unicorns and possible duds and studs and going through all that stuff, which was fun at the time. But I don't do that now. But seeing what's it called? I just lost my train of thought. But seeing that now it's like a token season or whatever, alt season, that's the word I'm looking for. That it's been like alt season lately. I think to myself, man, if I put my focus on that, I don't even have to look at gold. So, yeah. So yes, I trade crypto, but not as much as I used to. We do have people that do focus on it. I don't promote any tokens. I don't promote any coins. I don't promote get rich quicks. I don't promote any like meme coins or things like that. I like people to focus on making sure they educate themselves, do their own research, and basically like empower yourself to do it. I don't trade for anybody. So if you ever get a weird message from my account saying like, hey, I will trade, how's your trading going, dear? I will trade your $100 and turn it into $10,000. That's not me. I'm not trading for anybody. Number one, it's illegal to trade and invest someone's money without being a licensed financial advisor or whatever. Like, that's illegal, first of all. If I were to be doing it, I would be stupid to do it online openly. You might as well go rob a bank while you're on live. I know you're not saying that, but I'm just saying in general. Trump's key advisor, Elon Musk, comes out against year-end funding bill. Xi Jinping, like, his swag, you could tell this guy rides in a Mercedes. Even though they make their own, like, copy cars, there's no way he doesn't drive around in a Mercedes. This is, like, Mercedes swag. Trump has that, like, Lincoln swag. Canada expands aerial border surveillance to appease Trump. Well, we better protect our borders. I hope we do. Why is it that you needed Trump? Why is it that you needed Trump to say something to begin to protect our borders stronger? When the Canadian population, the Canadian people have been saying, hey, our borders are wide open like the American border is to Mexico. We have problems here. We have clear terrorists here. Hello, we have issues. You're letting in a lot of the wrong people in. You're letting in people that are known to have criminal terrorist pasts. Can you tighten up security at the border, at the airports, whatever you got to do? Can you screen people a little bit better? When the people say it, when the people say, hey, we have an issue here with crime, can you tighten up our borders? It's radio silence. But when Trump says we're going to slap you up and down and turn you into the next states of the US and you can be the governor, and we're going to give you some tariffs, that's when you can tighten security. That's when you can now tighten up the borders. Is that how it works? Forget the tariffs, because obviously the tariffs are not going to help Canada or the US. But do you know how stupid that makes us look? Hustlers, what are you trading right now? Are you focused on crypto? What coins or tokens are you looking at? Bill Gates backed fund bets 40 million on carbon removal from deep sky. I don't trust anything this guy does. Barrack files arbitration request over Mali gold mine dispute. Did we hit 2,000? Did we hit 2,000 hours? We don't know yet. Wow, what a ripoff. So Trump posted this. No one can answer why we subsidize Canada to the tune of over $100 million a year. Makes no sense. Many Canadians want Canada to become the 51st state. No, we don't. A lot do, but we don't want that. They would save massively on taxes. That is true. We would. And military protection, I think it's a great idea. 51st state. He's a smart man when it comes to this stuff. He's smart because he knows he's egging on, he's fueling the fire. He's fueling the fire on the topic, which for sure is going to upset government. It's like when you want to antagonize your enemy or your opponent. Think of like wrestling match or whatever, right? Like think of like UFC, but like a real fight, not like a Jake Paul and Mike Tyson where it's rigged. If you are going up against your opponent and you can talk smack and get them to react, you're winning. So him pressing on that button to get reaction from the Canadian government, the fact that the Canadian government has been responding and reacting shows him that he hit a nerve and he knows what to press on now. So he's smart. He's smart whether you like the guy or not. He's smart for doing that in terms of strategy. Because he obviously is after something that he hasn't said yet. And he's ready for Canada to move in the direction he wants him to. And by Canada reacting the way they have, Canada has shown him that they will move in the way that he wants them to. The funny thing is, if Canada didn't send so much money to Ukraine, I don't know if we're supposed to. I don't want innocent people to die. Okay, so I don't care if you're Russian or Ukrainian. I don't care if you're Palestinian or Israeli. I don't care where you're from. I don't want innocent people to die. I don't choose one side over another. I want innocent people to live. If you're innocent and you don't just mind your own business, you have your own family, I don't wish you harm. I don't wish anyone harm, really. Unless it involves, you know, Epstein or Diddy level stuff, then I'm not wishing you harm, but like you get, I hope you get what you deserve, sort of thing. But if you're innocent, I don't wish you harm. Like, I don't want innocent people to die. So he's smart for doing that. It sucks watching it again. Today's Wednesday. See, this morning, before the live, I had to buy my, it was still a buy zone, the last buy zone here, but I didn't want to use it. Like here, I didn't want to use this buy zone because it's already been tapped out. Like, we've already crashed into it. We've already taken this out. So I thought, you know what? I'm gonna play it safer, and I'll wait for this zone down here. I'll wait for this retest. Like I said earlier, I would much rather be in the position of missing the trade during the holidays, missing the trade instead of losing the trade. Because this very well could have gone the other way. But this could have been so nice. This could have been easily 30. Yeah, 30, 40 pips. I'm still sticking to where I'm at. That's the analysis we got. And that's what we got to focus on. Watch live. Congress set to pass massive cramnibus. What? Ahead of Christmas break. What did you guys see? Oh, you guys weren't seeing anything. My bad. My bad, amigo. Come on, man. Here's another thing. There was a news report the other day where they were blaming these drones on Iran. But in the same interview, the person they were interviewing was saying could be hobbyists, could be Iran. So it's not fair for you to be blaming Iran. If you are going to look at stuff on InfoWars, I just got to put a caveat out there. A discretion. Don't believe everything you see on the internet. Okay? For sure, there's some valid stuff on here, and some other stuff that could be totally false. We don't know what it is. Whether you're looking at CNN, Fox, InfoWars, Disclose, I don't care what it is. Anything you see online, regardless of how seemingly real or convincing it can be, take it with a grain of salt. Understand that there's a lot of disinformation out there. Understand that there's a lot of misinformation out there. A lot of deceptive articles, and there's a lot of deception on the internet. So part of what's going on is you have to learn to take in information and actually read the articles. For fun, because we're here on live, we mostly read the headlines and skim through a lot of the articles themselves, and we'll like read it too, but we're not too hardcore here because we're just hanging out for fun. But before you jump to conclusions with anything you see online, always do your research and actually take the time to read articles, backtest. And when I say backtest, I mean like look for other sources. Is the source credible? Just because they're on the mainstream doesn't mean that they're credible. I don't care if they're on the mainstream. Doesn't mean that they're credible. And just because they're alternative and they seem credible doesn't mean that they're credible. Hopefully this is true. Exclusive! Nuclear weapons whistleblower reveals that drones are not searching for dirty bombs. That deep state is up to something even more diabolical. That I believe. To the ongoing UAV drone saga taking place across the US. I'm not going to play the videos because I think I got a copyright strike from the last time. Good for Alex Jones for putting copyright on his stuff. Smart of him. If that's what's going on. The deep state. Let me change the song. This song is literally called Wolf. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that, that was called Wolf? Could have fooled me. Aliens. We'll put aliens. Obviously, aliens are not behind the drones. Come on. If you think the drones are aliens, you're not paying attention. The drones are man-made. From where? We don't know. Probably American. Are there aliens out there? What we would perceive as aliens, sure. Yes. Let's see what's changed. What's in the news? What's in the news for the next few days? Let's go day by day, actually. Tomorrow. Okay. Okay. Saturday, Sunday, Monday. This will be a little slow. Holiday, yeah. And then bank holiday, everybody's closed. Interesting. So Canada has Boxing Day off, but the US doesn't. Okay. Friday, okay. Gonna be quiet Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday. This will be quiet also. 31st. Okay. I don't expect it to be that busy. Then of course this is a holiday for everybody. Thursday. Then they got some news. The year candle begins. Okay. All right. Ooh, ooh. Look who it is. Well, looky, what do we have here? That's it. You can hear her, she's cold. Speak into the mic. I think she likes it. Talk about a bunny hop. Talk about a bunny hop. Bunny hop. One second. Oh yeah. How different is the sound without the pop filter? Now with the pop filter. Can't even tell. May God fulfill this. Yes, we have lots to discuss. Oh. It's official. Oh, you love that dog, huh? Well, thanks, Jay-Z. J to the Izzo, A to the Izzy. Said it right this time. Love that dog. Can I pet that dog? Modest buy, aggressive buy. Who is that? We've got some interesting topics to talk about. What are 10 Okay. Let's see what other playlists we got. Hey, 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 hey. You know what we haven't heard in a while? We haven't heard of this one. Nope, nope. No ad. We'll turn that down. All right. Keep that off for now. So whether you're doing business or trading and investing, one of the main things you're going to have to learn to understand, overcome, and really master with practice is going to have to be the fear of losing money. When you get into business, when you do trading and investing or any type of investment, the fear of losing money is always going to come up. If you start to trade and invest with the mindset of, I don't want to lose any money and I only have to make money, believe it or not, the more focused you are on making money, you're going to end up losing more money by being focused on making money. I know it sounds counterproductive or counterintuitive, but the more you focus on the making money part, the more you're going to be losing your money because you're not focused on what actually makes you the money. Yes, you're doing it to make money, but if you're focused on making the money, you're going to be losing the money because what you should be focused on in terms of the actual actions are the disciplines, patience, and consistency. When it comes to trading and investing, what you want to do is focus on the actual things that make you money, which are analyzing trades, being patient, waiting for the right setup, and having your proper risk to reward and managing the trades accordingly. Those are the things you need to focus on and be detached from it emotionally. Whether it hits your stop loss or your take profit, you should be detached from it emotionally. It doesn't matter if it goes one way or the other because you should be only risking what you're willing to lose. Everything's going to come down to the psychology of managing trades and managing loss. That's why most people will have at least a risk to reward ratio of 1 to 3. So they make sure that when they do enter a trade, it's worth the risk that follows through. They're going to be risking 1 to potentially gain 3 instead of what some people do where they're just looking to double up and they risk 1 to maybe gain 1 or 2. So risk reward of 1 to 1 or 1 to 2 really doesn't play out that well unless you have a super high proven strategy where you know it has like a 90-95% win rate. Then it doesn't really matter if it's a 1 to 1, 1 to 2, because then you're going to be basically profitable most of the time. But for the average person that doesn't have that discipline or proven track record, having a higher risk to reward ratio with a higher win rate will really pay off. Now, when you have a loss, if you interpret that as something negative, you're only going to go down a downward spiral. If you can look at losses and use those as lessons, you will be ahead of the game. Doesn't matter if you're paying for a course, paying for mentorship, or learning on your own for free. When you have losses, these are part of the game. A lot of people will say, charge it to the game. And what that means is it's part of your tuition fee. Imagine if down the road you end up losing $10,000, $40,000, $100,000, but at the end of it, you end up overcoming all of those obstacles and you've learned where you've gone wrong to the point where now you can make that money back and more. And what you used to make in a month, you could be making in a day or in a week. Would that tuition not be worth it? Just like when you start a business, trading and investing does have that pressure on the back of your mind, because when you get in front of the charts, even when you started to learn the basics and fundamentals of trading and investing, and you're starting to understand what things do, how things work, and where things go, what does what, you start to have the pressure of trying to succeed quickly. You start to think to yourself, okay, well, now that I understand this, I got to be profitable. I got to make things work and things got to happen for me. And that can be a trap because it's not always going to be a winning day. It's not always going to be a losing day. For example, we've had winning weeks. We've had winning days and we've had losing days also. It took a lot of time for me to get to the point where I can have mostly winning days and winning weeks. When we do have a bad trade or a bad day, it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things because we have more winning days than not. But it didn't get to that point without going through a lot of losing days. The psychology part will always get to you, but you will have the pressure of feeling like you have to be successful right away with trading and investing because obviously you're doing this because you need the money. The difference between you and somebody like that has a multi-million-dollar portfolio is they can risk 1% of $1 million and they can live off that. If you risk 1% of $100, that won't do anything. 1% of $100 is really just $1, whereas 1% of $1 million is $10,000. And by the time you get to the point where you can invest $1 million, no problem, you know what you can do with $10,000. You're not looking to be losing $500,000. So why is it that it's okay for some of you to be risking $100 and you have no problem losing 50% of your portfolio, or $1,000 and 50% of your portfolio, so $500? You have no issue risking more than you should, but then you wonder what it is that these millionaires are doing that you're not doing. And they're treating their money with the proper risk management. They're making sure that they don't lose money, or at least lose as little as possible. That's why you'll see some people say like, well, they didn't get to being rich by giving money away, which is true because they make sure that they protect their capital. That's one of the things you got to make sure that you do. Now, building resilience in your emotions is key because you got to make sure that you're detached from the money. That doesn't mean that the money is worthless and the money means nothing to you and like, who cares? Just throw in all your money and it doesn't mean anything anyway. No, it just means that when you're patient and you set up the right the right entry points, you're patient enough and disciplined enough to wait for it to happen. Just like right now, as you speak, we're waiting for a trade to happen. Yesterday, we didn't have any trades execute because it didn't hit our zones and we had to let it be. It took years of really being patient with that. It wasn't always that way. And having the resilience and understanding the emotional aspect is you're not looking to be emotional or attached to any outcome of the trade. You don't care if the market goes up or down. You're looking for a possible setup. You're looking for a possible outcome. You wait for it to happen. Make sure that all the flags are checked, all your check boxes are lit. Yes, it's good. Go ahead. You execute the trade. It plays out either in your favor or against you. And if it goes against you, it hits your stop loss that you were already ready for before you got in. Your exit on both ends have been set before you even entered the trade. And as the trade is active, depending on your trading strategy, you're managing your trade to do what? To mitigate your risk, to make sure that you manage your risk to lose as little as possible. Whether you're new to trading, or have had a good winning streak, whenever you start to have a losing streak or a losing day, it starts to become a little bit personal. It starts to mess with your psychology. If you've had good days or you need money for something serious like paying the rent or whatever, and you have a losing day, it really starts to mess with your psychology because you start to be attached and think that your loss reflects on you, that you yourself are a loser. Yes, some of you are losers, but the reality is that it is so far from who you actually are that it really shouldn't matter. Just because you had a losing day doesn't mean that you're a loser because of it. Just because you had a losing week doesn't mean that you're a loser because of it. It's not always going to be winning days or winning weeks. And that's something that you already know before you get into trading and investing. It's just like business. If you go to any store, any retail store, they don't always have winning days. There are some days where they don't meet the amount that they need to have to be able to make rent. So every retail store has different daily targets. They have rent targets, and what a rent target means is, did they break even for the day? So there's a operating cost, and then there's anything above that is profit. So at the end of any day, any business day, your average retailer will look at the sales done, and they already know what the what the um what the amount was for them to break even. What is the break even amount for the day, and what is the profitable side of the day? So if they didn't even make the break even side, you'll hear them say, "We didn't make rent today," which means that we fell short. So the day was technically a loss. Hopefully tomorrow they are more on the profitable side, so some of those profits can make up for some of those losing days. And it doesn't matter because the goal is to be profitable overall by the end of the month. You don't control, really, aside from marketing and advertising and all that, and customer service, aside from all of that, you don't control the foot traffic going into your store. Now, you can do things to help drive more foot traffic. You can create more incentives to drive more business, and all of those things are helpful, but you don't actually control the traffic that goes into your business. So you can only focus on the things that you can control. In a retail store, like the marketing, like the advertising, like the customer service, you can only focus on the things that you can control. Control what you can control. Everything else is literally outside of your control. With trading and investing, it's the same thing. The only thing you can control is your risk management, your stop loss, and your take profit. That's it. Even your emotions, in most cases, you can't even control them. They're going to happen. You're going to feel like a loser when you hit a loss, and you're going to feel like a winner when you hit a win. But most of our psychology is trained on the business mindset of trading hours for dollars. And when I say business mindset of trading hours for dollars, what I mean is, in a traditional business, you understand that if you work for a few hours, like if you work for a few hours, then a few dollars need to be paid. So an employee is going to have that. You could call it an employee mindset if you want, but a business owner mindset doesn't look at things for hours for dollars. They will pay people hours for dollars, but they are more focused on the profit side of things. They're looking at the overall picture of everything. So the next time you have a loss, think to yourself that this is just part of the game. You're not a loser because you had a loss. At the same time, understand that when you do have winning days or winning trades, maybe it's time to put the charts down. Maybe it's time to close. A lot of people struggle with closing the charts when they should. Doesn't matter if you've had a few losses or a few wins, you need to know when to walk away from the charts and just call it a day. A few things that I've set for myself to help me manage my trades better is setting a time window of when I trade. Outside of this window, I typically don't trade. It's very rare for me to trade outside of the window of 8, 9 in the morning to 11 a.m. Sometimes I might push it to 12 p.m., but really it's 8 to 12. I like to narrow it down as much as possible from 9 to 11. That's the buffer I give myself. Maybe an hour earlier and maybe an hour later. So set a specific time that you will be trading in. Or if that doesn't work for you based off of your schedule, make sure that you are planning out your trade and you only trade when that setup shows up. Don't fall for the trap of opening up a chart and then thinking to yourself, is this going up or down? And then you enter a trade based off of your guess of up or down or buy and sell. The next time you find yourself asking, buy or sell, without a proper trading plan or proper entry price, you have already begun to go down a slippery slope. You have already begun half the problem. If you can go in, set up a plan, and wait for it to happen, you are halfway through winning. Just like knowing when to walk away from a trade, overthinking will really destroy your mindset. Many times you might open a chart, you might set out a plan, you might see your entry price for a sell or a buy, and then maybe it's not going there. Maybe it's doing something else. Maybe it's hovering around where your buy price was or your sell price was, and it's not hitting your price, and it looks like it's going to take off from where it currently is. Like what we have right now, the average person might freak out and say, I got to get in now, I'm going to miss out on this opportunity. That is where people lose. It doesn't matter if it takes off from where it is now and I totally missed the trade. When you set your plan, you have to wait for it to execute. Whether you're right or you're wrong, you got to make sure that the plan follows through as you set it out. And if you are wrong, then you can go back and look again as to what it is that you missed, so the next time maybe you can refine it or have a better entry. Maybe you did do things right and it just happened to change that day. That's just how it goes sometimes. So making sure that you don't fall victim to the destructive nature of basically having FOMO, fear of missing out, it would be very, very key. So when you have an overthinking mindset and you start to think, should I get in now? Is it too late? Am I going to miss it? You should probably stop, because your mind is going to be seeing things that it shouldn't be seeing. When you are looking for something specific, you might be tricking your mind into seeing things that you shouldn't be seeing. When you are looking at the charts and you see that, when you're looking at the charts and you see that it's time to trade, and you set out a window and you're waiting for the trade to execute itself, you understand that you got to be patient. If you set out a buy at a certain price and you're waiting and it's not happening, what are you doing now? Now you are looking for another opportunity to enter. Now you are looking for things that really weren't there. Now your mind might be playing tricks on you. Maybe the market is going to move now. Maybe the market is going to do something different. Maybe I should get into a sell. you know what? It looks like from this price, it's going to drop all the way to my buy price, or from this price, it's going to go all the way up to my sell price. This is where your brain starts to play tricks on you, and you got to stay away. If you can start to recognize those things and catch it, and it won't happen right away, it's going to take time for you to really understand what's going on with your psychology. With time and practice and discipline and rewiring your mindset, you will be able to stop yourself from that disastrous habit and not allow it to take over. So you can say, hey, this is what I say all the time. I would like to change my entry price, but I can't because there hasn't been a serious market structure shift and my price is still valid. It just might not be the right time, but during this session, this is what I set out for myself. So I no longer have a fresh mind, and I might have a bias, and I don't want to allow that bias to ruin my thought patterns. So instead of me giving into that thought pattern, what I'm going to do instead is leave my current price, leave my current setup as it is, and I won't touch it. And it would be much better for me to potentially walk away with zero and miss the trade, as opposed to seeing something that maybe isn't there, entering a trade I shouldn't have entered, and then walking away with zero. What's better at the end of the day? Walking away with zero? When I say zero, I mean like walking away with like negative. So what's better, walking away with a negative or walking away with zero? I would much rather miss the trade entirely instead of seeing something that's not there, entering a trade, and then ending up in a drawdown or a negative, and then having a loss for the day, and then thinking to myself, I knew I should have waited. I knew I shouldn't have entered. I knew I should have waited for my entry price. If I had waited for my entry price, I would be profitable, or I wouldn't be in the negatives at all, and things would be totally different. So why would I potentially put myself in that situation of going through those emotions that I don't need to go through, when I can just be patient? And I would much rather wait for my setup, because it's more worth it either being profitable or missing the trade. Missing the trade or being profitable is better than being in the negatives any day. So you decide the risk to reward. What's the risk? Missing the trade or being profitable, or being in the negatives? I'd rather take this over this any day. Mastering the art of discipline becomes a huge craft when it comes to trading and investing. If you understand that the more you look at the chart, the more you want to trade. When you have a worker's mindset and you're able to make your daily wage in 5 minutes, you start to think to yourself like a worker would. If I'm used to making $40 an hour, and I make this much money in a day by working 8 hours a day, and I just made that in 5 minutes, then imagine what I could do in an hour. Imagine what I can do in a day's worth of trading. Because if I did this in 5 minutes, imagine if I did one trade every hour for 8 hours. So I could multiply this by 8, and I'll be making basically my weekly wage in a day, which means that if I do 2 trades in an hour, I could do 2 weeks worth in a day, etc., etc. And that becomes a downfall because you have the mindset of a worker. Instead, you're going to have to learn to rewire your brain and understand that your brain is malleable and you have different connections in your brain that have been conditioned on you over time. Most of us have a worker's mindset where we trade our time for dollars. And that same mindset is the reason why most people aren't profitable, because they don't understand that it's not just about learning what the things mean on a chart, it's also about rewiring your brain to not think like a worker. So set different schedules for yourself. If it means having a trading window where you trade from this time to this time, and understanding when you should walk away. So if you have a few losses or a few wins or one win or whatever the case is, make sure that you set the right disciplines for yourself. One of the things I like to do when I can't handle things is I make sure to delete the application. I try not to have my login credentials saved or easily accessible. I like to make it difficult for myself. When I can, I like to make sure I have a username that I don't remember and I don't even know. For me to log in, I have to go and find it. And I have to go and find the password. I have to make jumps through hoops and hurdles to make sure I log in. I try not to trade from an app. The moment you're trading on your phone, it's already a recipe for disaster. So if you can set these things in place, like, okay, I won for the day or I lost for the day, delete the app, uninstall the application, log off, close the window, turn off your computer. Do some things to interrupt the pattern. There's a behavior that you have happening and you need to find new ways to interrupt it. You hit a win, you hit a loss, perfect. You know you're supposed to stop in that moment, perfect. The moment that happens, turn your computer off, turn your phone off, put it somewhere. Take your power cable and put it somewhere. Put it in a lock, in a safe. Go take a shower. Go take a shower, go do some push-ups, go for a walk, do a complete pattern interrupt. Something I was doing early on with MetaTrader. When we were trading on MetaTrader, I was using MetaTrader 5. So all my login was on MetaTrader 5. So when I'd have a profitable day or a losing day, part of my habit, my bad habit that I had developed was I was still looking at charts. Even though I had won or lost for the day, I'm opening the chart, I'm opening the chart, I'm opening the chart. And I shouldn't be doing that because I'm now creating the habit of looking for something. I want to make more, I want to make more. It becomes what I call a borderline gambling addiction. You don't want that. So instead, what I started to do was I downloaded MetaTrader 4. So when I had a winning or losing day, I would delete the MetaTrader 5 app. So now I don't have the app. I can't log in. But I would look to see how many times I would open the MetaTrader 4 app. It was almost like giving an addict a fix. And every time I noticed this, I would ask myself, why did I need to open the chart? Why did I need to open it if, number one, I know I shouldn't be opening it. Number two, I know I shouldn't be trading at all. Even if I had a winning day, I shouldn't be trading at all. I shouldn't be opening the chart. And on top of that, I don't even have a trading account with MetaTrader 4. So I couldn't even trade if I wanted to trade. So why was I opening the charts? And this allowed me to create systems in place so that I could better manage myself and better discipline myself by observing and be able to question myself. Like, hey, bro, why did you open the chart? Doesn't make any sense. And this is something that I was able to use for me to be able to manage that. Letting go of comparisons to other people on social media is a big thing. Everybody is on their journey and everybody's journey is different. Don't compare your day 1 to somebody else's day 1000. What you see on social media is usually a highlight reel anyway. Some of it is real and some of it is fake. You won't know who's telling the truth and who is lying to you. It's so easy for people to lie and manipulate online by showing you results that don't even exist. A lot of people are really just marketers out there that are looking to take your money by selling you courses. They may pretend to be these kinds of influencers, those kinds of influencers, and they look like they have it all, but really they make their money not off of trading and investing, but they make their money off of recruiting people for their services. There's nothing wrong with people providing services that can help others, even if it's educational. But if that's the only way that they make their money when they're promoting trading and investing, then that's a red flag in and of itself. If I'm selling Mercedes, but I'm driving around in a Honda, that could be a red flag. It could be a red flag because, maybe I can't afford as a Mercedes Mercedes person, a Mercedes sales rep. Maybe I can't afford having a Mercedes right now because of my own finances. That's a possibility, and maybe that's why I'm driving around in a Honda. But how does that look for the Mercedes brand, where I'm promoting and selling to you that this is the best thing since sliced bread? This is a car that you should get while I'm driving around in a Honda. How can I tell you that this is a good business decision when myself as a sales rep, I'm driving around in a Honda? There's nothing wrong with a Honda. If I'm selling Hondas, it's the same thing. How could I be saying to you that this is a smart move when instead I'm pulling up in a Volkswagen? I like Volkswagens, but if I'm selling Hondas and I show up in a Volkswagen, that doesn't look good. So if I'm somebody on social media that's selling some kind of education on trading and investing, but I don't actually trade and invest, or I'm not even involved, or I don't even know what I'm talking about, then that's a red flag in and of itself. So you're not going to know who's really out there. So don't compare yourself to what you see on social media. Just understand that trading and investing is real, but there are no get rich quick schemes. There's no shortcut to making it happen. So don't compare yourself to somebody else. And if you and your best friend start on the same day, both of you are going to have different results as things go because both of you have different life experiences. If we both started at the gym on the same day and went every day at the same time and did the same workouts together, we will still both have different results because your body is different than my body, and how your life is different than my life is. So don't compare yourself to other people and keep away from that envy. Making sure that you focus on personal growth is one of the key things when it comes to trading and investing. Your mindset will be what determines whether you're successful or not, whether it makes or breaks you. Your mindset is the only thing that separates you from a winning trader to a losing trader. A losing trader is just looking for fast gains and looking for shortcuts and is jumping from one strategy to another. You, on the other hand, because you understand the difference of managing things and having the right disciplines, you are not going to be comparing yourself to somebody else, and you're going to be focused on one strategy, one time, and your main focus will be your own personal development. Maturing in trading and investing is understanding that your personal development was the key to this all along. Understanding your psychology was the unlocking factor that was going to make the difference between a winner and a loser. Cultivating the right trust in yourself and your systems is key when it comes to trading and investing, as well as in business. Making sure that you have the confidence in yourself, even when you're not really certain, will be key because it will take time of you back testing and making sure that your methods, strategies do work and are successful. When it comes to making sure that what you execute is the right thing to do, it will take time and practice. You're not going to be able to make the right decisions unless you learn what the wrong decisions are. You will have to go through mistakes. With trading and investing, a mistake will cost you money. In business, it could cost you time, it could cost you money, it could cost you both or worse. But making mistakes is part of the game, and for you to become a confident business person, a confident trader and investor, you will have to learn how to trust in yourself and your system. The more overthinking you do when it comes to trading and investing or business, the more it's going to hold you back from making decisions. And in many times, by not making a decision, that becomes a decision in and of itself. And that decision can cost you time and money. By waiting too long to make a decision, you could potentially miss out on an opportunity that could have made a difference in your life or your business or your portfolio. Making sure that you understand the tools that are available to you so that you can backtest your strategies and your methods are key. When it comes to today's technology with trading and investing, you can create what are called demo accounts, which is essentially using fake money on the real market so you can practice your strategies, you can practice your risk management, you can practice your understanding, and you can lose your fake money so that you don't have to lose your actual money. When it comes time to trading with actual money, actual funds, a real live account, the emotions that will stir up in you is way different than when you're practicing with a demo account. And this is where you can really test things out. Why would you want to have 6 months of losing money practicing when you can have 6 months of practicing with demo money? It doesn't make any financial sense for you to go into something saying, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm doing this for the first time. I'm learning and I'm going to make mistakes and just lose my money for the sake of it. When you have the ability to practice with a demo account, make the mistakes you were going to make anyway, and have zero risk happen. Why wouldn't you want to? Why wouldn't you want to practice with a demo account? Picture this. You have $10,000. You're ready to invest, but you don't know what to do and you need to learn and you understand that you're going to be losing some money. Does it make sense if you know that the first 6 months is a learning curve for you to take the 6 months with your $10,000 and potentially lose all of it? One mistake can cost you your entire account, and you know you don't know what you're doing. Doesn't it make more financial sense for you to keep your money safe and not trade it while you practice? At the same time, that 6 months of practice with a demo account could mean that you save your money in the long run, and then when you're finally ready with a proven track record on a demo account, now you can step in with your real money, face new emotions because now you have live money on the market, and make less mistakes, meaning that you have your risk management in place and potentially make more money this way instead of you putting the money up front from the beginning. Can I pet that dog? Can I pet that dog? While embracing imperfect action. I can't tell you how many times people say, I'm going to wait for the perfect time and then I'm going to start this. I'm going to wait for New Year's. I'm going to wait for my New Year's resolution, then I'm going to start going to the gym. I'm going to start on Monday. I'm going to wait for the weekend, then I'm going to do this. I'm going to wait for the perfect moment before I execute that. I'm going to wait till I hit X amount, whatever, and then I'm going to start buying a property. By waiting for the perfect anything, you will end up doing nothing. I can't tell you how many times back in the early 20 teens, whatever, that I was looking to buying my first place. And I had people say the market is too high. I'm going to wait for the market to crash or market to pull back. The first property I got was in 2017. And the people that were saying to me back then that they're going to wait for the market to crash are still waiting for the market to crash. And I've already gone on to my second property and I've been profitable. And these people have been waiting, and the market has only gone up and up and up and up and up. And they were waiting for the perfect moment, and now there is no perfect moment. It's the same like with Bitcoin. When Bitcoin had hit 30 whatever $1,000, people now wanted to invest. When that was its like all-time high, 30, $40,000, whatever it was back in 2020, 2021, 2020. Then it dropped all the way down to like $15,000, and people said, "No, you know what? I don't want to now." That's basically the crash that you were waiting for. That was everything was on sale. You should have been buying it at that time, but no, now everybody's not getting back into it. When it went back up to $40,000 or close to it, now everybody wanted to jump in. It climbs up to $70,000, drops back down to like 50. People are now scared. No, I'm not getting back in. It climbs back up to 100,000. Just hit like $107,000 like the other day. And now people are saying, now I'm ready to get in. Like, people don't understand the psychology of becoming liquid. They're becoming the liquidity. These are the people that the investors get rich off of. This is like what people are waiting for to make money off of. This is exactly why the rich get rich and the broke stay poor. When people are running to the high prices, the people that have been there are selling it. For you to be buying things at such a high price is because somebody's selling it at that price. So the more people go to buy at the top, the more that's being sold at the top. So naturally, what's going to happen? If more is being sold at the top, then it's going to fall. There's more people selling, getting rid of it because it's in demand, and it becomes a fluctuation. So don't allow those things to control you with the psychology of things, because you got to be able to manage that procrastination. If you're waiting for the perfect moment to get into things, you're never going to be doing anything. Having small incremental steps, having small incremental success steps every single day outweighs and outperforms somebody looking to have that perfect moment. If you were able to increase your portfolio, increase yourself, your own personal development by 1% every single day, by the end of the year, you would be over 100% better because you've been compounding that 1% every single day. Most people are looking to have a big jolt of energy, a big jolt of improvement, a big boost in their financial account, because they are not patient enough to understand the power of compound, of having that 1% growth every single day. If you had a $100 account, which I don't suggest you do, and you had it grow 1% every single day, that's $1 every single day. At some point, your $100 becomes $200, and it starts to grow and grow and grow. If you were to do that for the next 10 years, you would have a crazy account by the end of the 10 years. But we all know this, and we aren't willing to do it because we are not patient enough. I'll be straight up, I'm not patient enough for that either. So what is the alternative to doing that? Instead, understand that you can take actionable steps that are within your abilities. Maybe 1% isn't enough. Maybe 1% is enough, but the amount that you start with isn't enough. If you don't have $10,000 to grow 1% off of, then maybe what you should be doing is not trading and investing. Maybe you should be putting your money into buying books, going to events, maybe going to courses, and taking the time to learn. And whatever money you do have, put aside and go get a second job until you can have the $10,000 ready to trade. You should never trade and invest into anything that you don't fully understand. If you're going to be sending your money to somebody else to trade and invest for you, that should already be the first signal that you should stop what you're doing and walk away. There are no get rich quick schemes out there. Anybody promising you that they're going to take your money and double, triple, quadruple it for you it's a scam. I don't understand. I have never been able to understand how people are able to fall for random internet gurus online promising to trade your money for you. First of all, if they are not a licensed financial advisor, it's illegal for them to do. Secondly, think about this. If I was able to turn your $1,000 into $70,000, into $10,000 in a week, what do I need your money for? Really and truly. If I was able to do that so easily with such a guarantee, why do I need you? I don't need you at all. I had somebody ask me, Edwin, would you trade my money? And this is what I said to them. I said, first of all, I don't trade money for anybody. Second of all, if I'm to trade anybody's funds, if I were to do it, I would charge 95% profits. And they said, why so much? And I said, because I took the time to learn, understand, practice, and I've had all the years of losses to be able to be in a position of profitability. So you're going to come in here and expect to just reap the rewards? I don't think so. Maybe instead of 95%, I'll charge 99% actually, and I'll let you keep 1% so that you can go through the 1% growth and I can reap the rewards of the 99% because I deserve it. And they said, well, that's unfair. And then I said, well, then it sounds like you're going to be trading on your own, doesn't it? The alternative is if you don't want me to take 99% profits, then how about you take the time to learn? What's that? You don't have the time for that? You're impatient? You don't want to take 2, 3, 5, 10, 20 years to learn? No problem. Well, then sounds like you're on your own. Why don't you just take your money to the bank and pay them the fees, and maybe if you're lucky, maybe you'll get 0.5%, 1%, or 3%, depending on what you lock your money into. I don't know. Good luck with that. So having the impatience will really take that out of you. So never send your money to somebody else to trade for you. Always make sure that you're willing to take the time to learn and understand. If you're not willing to take the time to learn and understand for yourself, don't even bother. I don't understand why people send other people money in hopes that they will trade and bring them returns. It doesn't make any sense to me. This is why people fall for so many scams online, because scammers know that people are desperate and they're looking for a guaranteed get rich quick. They don't exist, people. There's no such thing as a get rich quick. Nobody's going to be doing things for you that's a complete stranger. I'm not going to be trading for my neighbors either. So it doesn't make sense why you have these people that say, send me your money and I'll trade and invest for you. If you're not willing to take the time to learn, that's okay. Just don't trade and invest. Don't do it. If you're looking for a cheat sheet, then why don't you just download one of the free apps in your local area? Here we have, I don't even remember what it's called. Well, simple. In the States, they have Robinhood. You can go to your local bank and open up a brokerage account with your local bank. And if you're looking for just something simple, like what stocks should I buy? Well, start with the things that you use, right? If you use Netflix on a daily basis, you have Apple products or Samsung products or makeup for those that go to Sephora. If you don't know what stocks to buy or what's good, why don't you just start buying stocks in the things that you already buy? If you would have bought Apple when the iPhone came out, if you would have put the same amount of money that it cost for one iPhone back then into Apple stock, so like let's say if you went in with the mindset of every time I buy a lipstick, I'm going to buy the same amount of stock in that brand. that beauty brand or in Sephora or whatever. If you basically say I'm going to spend the same amount in the stock, it's like you use these products anyway. So it's almost inevitable. It's almost a guarantee. I'm not allowed to say guarantee, but it's almost a guarantee that you'll be profitable. If you would have bought Apple stock with the same amount of money that it cost for an iPhone back then, you would be a millionaire just with that. That's a fact. So if you don't know where to invest, stop listening to these internet gurus that are selling you courses and nonsense. Some of it is good and some of it is bad. Right? So I can't speak for everybody, but if you're new, you don't know who's good and who's bad, and unfortunately some of you are going to find out the hard way. So who do you trust? You don't know. That's the truth. You don't know. You don't know who to trust. That's why I have a free community for people to join, so you can come learn. If you want to do the paid stuff, great. At least you know what is being offered to you, and if you don't want to do the paid stuff, you don't have to. That's why we have a free community. So if you're looking for the cheat sheet, instead of falling for all this internet nonsense from all these fake gurus and scammers from other parts of the world, just buy stocks in things that you are already buying into. Look in front of you. What clothes do you have on? If you're wearing clothes, do you have Nike? Do you have Balenciaga? Like, I don't know, whatever you're wearing, a lot of them have stocks. Just buy the stock. If you can afford, so some people have a closet full of Jordans and they're broke. I don't understand that. These are the same people, the people that have a closet full of collectible Jordans and Air Force Ones. These are the people that show up in my inbox saying, Edwin, I have $100. I have $100 and I'm waiting to invest it, but I don't want to lose it. Listen, brokey, go back to McDonald's and get a job application, because I don't know what you're going to do with $100. Trade Forex is totally different from buying shares like Tesla, Apple, and I'm not sure what CTR is, but you're absolutely right. Trading Forex is totally different. Absolutely, you're correct. I like to focus on gold, but to that point, I actually buy the physical gold and silver. So I actually go to a precious metals dealer and I buy the bars and I buy the ounces. So here I have open. So thank you for your input. Would it be Elitsa or Gorova? I don't want to say that wrong, so my apologies. Elitsa. Thank you, Elitsa, for your input. As an example, with the advice I just gave, I'm not just talking the talk. I actually go. So here I'm trading gold. The chart I have open is gold. So this is gold that I trade. I like to focus on gold. And I actually go and buy gold and silver. So I buy physical ounces of gold and silver. I have actually a silver ounce here on my desk. This is one that I put in my water sometimes. It's sterilized before somebody says otherwise. So here's a silver ounce. But it's the same principle. So like for those that are curious, because like you see things on social media and stuff all the time, what I'm trying to say is instead of people paying for nonsense, because there's a lot of like scams out there and things, and a lot of times there are good courses and good mentorships, whatever, like we have great stuff also, but that doesn't mean that it's for everybody, right? Just because even if something is good, it doesn't mean that it's for everybody. Not everybody is really that serious about it. They're curious about it, but does that mean that the average person should go buy some $100 course, some $1,500 course? I know traders that have a $25,000 US mentorship, and that pays for the year. And the returns on this, like you cannot buy this, like you cannot enter that mentorship unless you have $100,000 ready. Like, take that in. So there's a lot of good and bad out there, and that doesn't mean that any of it is for anybody. Even a $50 whatever doesn't mean that it's for everybody. So as just like an easy method or whatever that people could use is, hey, if you don't know what to invest in, just look at the things you use. You mentioned Tesla, Apple. If that's what people drive or if that's what people like, then just buy some shares in those. As a cheat sheet, it is, to your point, it is different from Forex. I like to focus on precious metals. I actually buy the precious metals. So I'm not just trading it live, I also buy it physically with the same mindset of buying stocks. If I have it physically, then invest in the same thing. So it's the same mindset. So you're absolutely right. There are two different things. With the crypto space, it's a little different. I don't like to promote any coins or tokens. With the crypto space, it's kind of more the wild, wild west. I can't really say, hey, if you are wearing Bitcoin, go buy Bitcoin. I can't say that. All I can say is with crypto, it's riskier. Do your own research. Like 99% of the coins and tokens out there are scams, like legit scam, like legit, right? They are actual scams, and you will lose your money. A lot, like most meme coins, most, when I say most, I don't mean like 60%. I mean like 95, 99% of meme coins are Ponzi schemes. Like by definition, people just make these coins up. It's easy to make. You can make it in 30 seconds. They're promoted. People put money in while people take money out. That is a Ponzi scheme. That is a scam. And just like the Hawk Tuah girl and Pepe coins and this and Elon Doge and all this stuff, people are praying victim. Right? Did I say it right? Yes. I'm looking this way like there's somebody here to validate what I'm saying. So people are falling victim to the desperation and the greed of those that are uneducated on the topic. So stay away. It's very simple. Unless you're going to take the time to educate yourself and learn and understand how the crypto space works, just stay away. And understand that 99% of these meme coins are scams. And when you put your money into them, you are putting your money into a scam in hopes that you are out before everybody else, in hopes that you are out before it's too late. So if you go in with that mentality, ask yourself, do you want to be basically risking your money in actual scams? I hope not. So just understand the difference there. So with crypto, if you want to play it safe in crypto, then just stick to Bitcoin and Ethereum. Maybe Solana. That's up to you. I'm not giving any suggestions. Those are like the two safe plays. And just put it in crypto, put it in Bitcoin or Ethereum and let it sit. With Ethereum, there's what's called gas fees. So you have to pay a fee to buy or sell. So if you just have like $50, it might not be a good idea for Ethereum. Maybe just put it in Bitcoin. Right now it's pretty high. If you're just going to be putting $100 into Bitcoin, don't expect too much gains. But if you're looking for a safe play in the crypto space, that would be a safe play. I'm not recommending crypto. I'm not recommending Bitcoin. I'm not recommending anything. I'm just saying in terms of like having a safe play when it comes to it. But with stocks, if you don't know what to invest in, just invest in things that you already use on a daily basis. Keep it simple. Please don't be sending money to people online. That's why I always say on my lives, like I'll never ask you for money. If you want to send me money, send me all the money you want. That reminds me, Canada Post is back to work today. I have some books I have to ship out. Speaking of books, make sure you go to Amazon, get your copy of my Amazon best-selling book, Your Next Step, New Tools for Financial Abundance Now. Canada Post is now back to work, so I can ship them back out to you. Why not? Why not plug yourself? Right, got to be able to promote yourself. Thank you, Elitza, for the input. Elitza, are you in any stocks? Are you in any crypto? Are you trading Forex? Let me know. Let us know. Let us know. Let us know. Let us know. We got 4 lives going at the same time. Let me put the music back. I was just rambling on. No problem. You're welcome. Thanks for listening to my rambling. Imagine if this entire time my mic was off. Oh man. Do you ask me? Yes. Elitsa, are you currently in any stocks or crypto or Forex? Do you trade Forex? If so, what currency pair do you focus on? Elitsa, Elitsa. Is that Greek? When I was a kid growing up, there was one girl in my class. Her name was Litsa, not Elitsa, but it was Litsa. Yes, I do Forex, and my favorite is gold. Yeah. That's what we're watching now. We're watching gold. We're watching gold. It's basically holidays now. Like I was saying earlier on my live before you joined us. Actually, last week I was saying, you know, from mid-December to the end of the year, don't expect much trades, if any. You probably shouldn't be trading. I'm gonna be trading for the rest of this week. I'll be doing lives for the rest of the week, and then for the last 2 weeks, I probably won't be doing these morning sessions. I typically don't do these until after, like, don't let them go till past 11. But I'm just hanging out. I was gonna be sitting here anyway. So before you joined us, I was just rambling on with different topics, different insight. I was sharing with those that are on the YouTube, giving some insight, some educational mindset talks, right? So it's kind of like more chill. Plus, as you can see, we haven't hit our target yet. Is that a Greek name, by the way? Elitsa. And if you have something against Greeks, then I'm sorry. Which team are you a part of? Are you part of GC, Elitsa? GC, OBG, TPR? Are you part of IML? What got you into trading in the first place? Everybody has different reasons for starting their trading and investing journey. Besides the money, because obviously we all like the money. No, no, no. The only thing I don't like about the setup is that it's at the bottom of a channel. It's one thing that I'm not liking, to be honest. Yorkdale Station, part of Line 1, shut down after man was... No way. That is... Andrew Garfield says he worked hard to have people ask less questions about Spider-Man at the Marrakech Film Festival. Damn. Your statement is ready. Let's see what we find. You know his good reactions? Shannon Sharp. He has good reactions.
When I grow up, I want to.
That's what we're doing. Yes, sir. Just hacked the system. You prefer Belgian beer? That's cool. Yeah, I know. I know what you mean. Feel like closing. That's just how it goes sometimes. That is just diabolical. Diabolical. Sometimes staring at the chart for so long can give you a massive headache. It's actually true. That's why it's good if we start to look at drones and random things. Keep yourself occupied with other things. This morning we're just hanging out. You know, like I said, during this time of the season, really after the 15th, like Fahad said earlier, we should just pack up and leave. But we're just hanging out for the sake of it. This is after this week, no more trading for the rest of the year. The last 2 weeks, there's really no point. It's holidays, bankers and institutions are on vacation, so there probably won't be that much volume anyway. Unfortunately, I didn't hit the sell to make it down to this price. I was going to actually input the sell, but then I was staring at the chart for too long, and I thought I'm seeing things that I shouldn't, and it wasn't part of my original plan, so I had to let it be. Whoops. My bad. My bad. Kicked. Almost did a bad thing. My apologies. Love that dog. We will see. We will see. Sup, Luis? When are you coming back? When are you coming back to Toronto? If you don't come back, I don't blame you. I'll recommend move stop loss, break even, and a crying. Well, that's... You should definitely be managing your trade, for sure. Today range, 180 pips, very small. Hey, man, 180 pips is a good run. Especially for a day like today, absolutely. It's good. Good job. Get all million moves indicated. No indicators. Please, no promoting. No promoting indicators here, please. Oops. My bad. This is what I like. Open one position and start 15. Just one candle, no headache, no tension. Yeah, a lot of people have success with that. Some people do just the 15-minute open strategy. It's like I've always said, if you're going to focus on a strategy, focus on that strategy. So if you're going to do the 15-minute open strategy, just stick with it. Backtest, refine it, and just stick with it. Feds to deploy high-tech system to New York as drone swarms have experts baffled. Oh, is this the one? You have to pay? Paywall? There's a site where you have a paywall. That you can break the paywall. When I find it, make sure we use it. New York, Chuck Schumer on Sunday called for the federal government to deploy recently declassified radar technology to finally identify the mysterious swarms of drones alarming the tri-state region. The Senate Democratic leader addressed mounting frustration at the response soon after government Kathy announced feds were finally deploying a state-of-the-art drone detection system to New York. They didn't elaborate on what the system was, nor how or where it will be used, but stressed that the area still needs more help to address the baffling sightings. All right. It's pretty conflicting what's going on. Pretty conflicting. Conflicting. I recover all my losses from the morning, so I'm happy. Let's pray to God and thanks for now. Buy beers and watch show in 120 hours. Hey, I'm happy to hear that. I'm glad you're profitable. Congratulations, you made back your losses from this morning. Use MetaTrader 5. Cool. Bang bro. Bang bro Basudara. Take profit. Hey, let's go. My man Slim took one step back and one step forward in 24 hours. MetaTrader 5 better than 4. You can close all your positions. MetaTrader 5 is definitely a huge improvement over MetaTrader 4. I don't know why brokers that are regulated that have MetaTrader 4, why they don't use MetaTrader 5. Not all brokers that are on MetaTrader 4 are on 5, and not all that are on 5 are on 4. MetaTrader did make things more strict, so you have to be regulated to be on there. So that's good, but I don't know why you would have just one. Like if you're a regulated broker, why would you only have MetaTrader 4 and not 5? And if you have MetaTrader 5, I understand why you don't have 4. MetaTrader 5 is way better than 4. You can do so much more on there. All right. I think that's enough live for one day. We'll still be managing the trade, see how it goes for the rest of the day. If it hits the area, probably the news at 2 o'clock will actually hit it. When is that? Oh my god. Don't tell me it's going to start moving now. Let's see. Okay, we'll hang around till 1 o'clock. Hang around till 1 o'clock. Made. That's how we trick the system. I never thought of that. That makes a lot of sense. I never thought of it. Very clever. Very clever, sir. Very clever. Very clever. You know what we didn't do? We didn't make the post for the gram today. For the gram. We got it going on. You're gonna get me copyright strike. Ooh, it's different. Yeah, obviously. Duh. Duh. I don't know that. With your fake face. It was kind of expected. That's what we're gonna do. The broker I use, one of the brokers that I use is Sway Markets. Sway Markets and CMC. CMC is Canadian regulated. Is that better? Does that make your life easier? Why is that so far for you? We'll keep it there. We'll keep it right there. We'll be right back. No, we won't be right back. We'll be right here the entire time. Average view duration. Get rid of that. Get rid of this. Perfect. Understanding your psychology will be a key point in making sure that you master yourself when it comes to business or trading and investing. It's just like sales and understanding what the other person is going through. The same applies to looking at the charts. When you look at the charts, it's not just about numbers going up and down. There's a psychology happening in the market. That psychology can reflect on what's happening in the current state of the world, news that's happening, news that's going to happen, and people react and you can anticipate their psychology based off of past results, how people react to different events. And if you can understand the psychology of what's happening in the markets, you can correlate it to making sure that you can be ahead of those movements so that you could be profitable yourself. Doesn't always mean that because people reacted one way to one event some other time that they're going to react to it the exact same way another time. It's just like when Trump was elected officially as the president, because he was pro crypto and the current administration really wasn't that pro crypto. It showed the psychology of the movement of crypto moving up. People knew based off of the psychology that if he were to win, crypto would go up. People were positioned for that movement in advance. So if you were able to anticipate that psychology in advance, you were able to take advantage of what was possibly going to happen. At the same time, understanding that people were going to flood the market with money and drive the price of crypto up, you were able to understand the same psychology on the opposite end and know that it's only going to run up so far and be able to take the money out while other people are greedy. While everybody is running into it, now is your time to move away from it. So that's understanding the psychology of what's happening in the markets. If you can understand the psychology of yourself and the markets, you'll be able to be ahead of everybody else. In general. So it doesn't matter what's happening out there, whether it's good or bad, you can always find yourself in a position where you can be profitable. Yes, unfortunately, people do profit from wars, and you can say that it's unethical to do so. And I agree with you. But those that are emotionally detached from the markets are just looking for opportunities of becoming profitable. It's just like if you are investing in a tech company and you've been looking at it, it's positive, you like computers, whatever the case is, and then tomorrow they happen to get some kind of crazy deal with some war manufacturer, and then they end up unfortunately becoming part of the war. By default, your stocks or your investment in it will go up if they start to buy more, and now you're basically profiting from it. So what if you happen to be in a situation where it's profitable, where that's happening? Are you going to be giving the money back? I don't think you would be. I think you'd be enjoying the profits that you're going to be yielding because you happen to be there ahead of that movement and ahead of that decision that had happened. Now, it's different if you are looking forward to people, being killed or die because of it, and you're looking to intentionally profit off of people's, death or misery. That's a totally different mindset. So I definitely don't encourage you doing that. Like in our chats, we've had people say, if some type of war event or whatever happens over the weekend, then gold can shoot up. Absolutely. But let's not be hoping on that because that means that somebody's life is potentially in ruin or lost, or somebody's family or whatever has happened for you to be profitable. And it's not like we're making millions, not that it justifies anything, but if we're looking to make maybe a few $100s, some people a few tens of dollars, some people a few $1,000s, and if you're looking to be in the position of, I want to make some profit because somebody lost their entire life, I'm not a fan of that. If you happen to be in a position and you profit from it by default, great, right? If you know that in certain world circumstances, they buy certain technologies, they buy certain equipments, they buy certain circumstances, then hey, you could be ahead of things. It's like with Microsoft, right? Microsoft, Apple, doesn't matter what the case is. Understanding the psychology will put you ahead of things, just like with risk to reward ratios. If you understand that if you're looking to risk 1 to potentially gain 3, then it's worth the risk to reward. Having the right risk to reward ratio will make the difference between a profitable and non-profitable trader. When you're starting a business, you're looking to start a business to obviously make money. Every decision you make will help make or break what's going on in your business and in your life. Oh, that was that one. That's exactly it. We'll just get rid of that one. And we'll put this one up. No promoting bots in my live, please. Most people lose in trading and investing because they don't understand themselves. They think that they could just show up, learn a few things with trading and investing, looking at a chart, and then they're good to go. A lot of times people will open up a chart and think to themselves, is it time to buy? Is it time to sell? And just kind of pick one, almost like flipping a coin, going 50-50 and hoping for the best. That's not how things work. You got to make sure that you set a proper target and structure and be patient and disciplined and wait for things to execute so that you can go ahead and make things happen. You got to be patient and put things through and put in the work. Just because you started to learn a few things about charts and understand, have a better understanding than you used to, doesn't mean that you're going to necessarily be profitable. For those that start to really take the time and patience and understanding and educate themselves on what it is that they're looking at, and let things play out. It's going to take anywhere from 3 to 6 months to start to really understand the basics of what you're looking at. And it's going to take anywhere from 1, 2 to 3 years to really start to begin to master a proper strategy. Anybody that tells you that you'll be able to master this in 3 months is a complete liar. Now, can you have good results in your first month, first 1 to 6 months? Absolutely. If you have the guidance of a proper group structure, mentor, or trading plan with the right assistance, you could definitely have accelerated results, but that doesn't make you an investor. You have somebody holding your hand along the way that's helping you make the decisions that you need to make to be a profitable trader. Now, if you are following somebody's trades, if you are following somebody's advice, that doesn't make you an investor. That doesn't make you a trader. You're basically blindly gambling on somebody else's advice. When you start to make your own decisions, your own input, your own analysis, your own patience, your own execution, now you can call yourself a trader or an investor. Just because you follow somebody's advice online, even if they're right all the time, that doesn't make you an investor. That doesn't make you a trader. It means that you are trading. It means that you are investing, but you are really, in my opinion, you are gambling on somebody else's advice. You're gambling on somebody else's knowledge. You're gambling on somebody else. You are literally gambling with your money in hopes that somebody else's decision is the right decision and not your decision. Can you be profitable from that? Absolutely, you can be profitable. And I know people that do make lots of money that way. It's not necessarily bad for somebody to be following somebody else's advice if they are more experienced. Now, if you're looking to take things on a serious level to the point where you know what you're doing and you understand and you're trading independently, that's a good way of following somebody so you can mimic, copy, learn, and study what it is that they do and the things that they don't do so that eventually you can develop the right habits. Don't be like myself and many others where you think that, hey, I'm just going to go on the YouTube education journey and do things for free because it's all out there anyway. Because it is out there, but you don't know what's good and what's bad, and you will be developing a lot of bad habits along the way. And you won't know what those bad habits are until further down the line when you learn what good habits actually look like. And then you're going to have to take the time to unlearn all the bad habits to relearn all the good habits. And that's a lot of time and money wasted that you could have been using on yourself doing things the right way. So imagine if you were to stop, um, if you were to stop, all the bad habits and just go good habits from the beginning, you'd be in a much better place than the person that is going to be focused on all the bad habits. Dog, what is wrong with you? So when it comes time to making sure that you develop the right disciplines, the right habits, the right patience, the right consistency, it all comes with practice and patience. So make sure that you are focused on all the things they need to do. There are going to be many times where people are going to be selling you a bunch of nonsense online. And you're never going to know exactly what somebody is, when somebody's telling you the truth, when somebody's lying to you. But you're going to have to take the time and be patient and understand that there's a lot of good out there, a lot of bad out there, and a lot of people that pretend. Anytime that you see somebody having to focus on recruiting instead of trading and investing, then that's a red flag. There's nothing wrong with people selling courses. There's nothing wrong with people recruiting for their services. But if that's what they depend on and they're telling you that they're traders and investors, they're liars. So you're not going to know, if you're new, you're not going to know what's good and what's bad. Unfortunately, a lot of you are going to have to learn the hard way what is good and what is bad. And that is part of the journey for most of us. I had to learn the hard way as to what is good and what's bad also. And that's just part of how things go sometimes, unfortunately. So don't let that influence you too bad. It's just going to have to be something that you're going to go through. With that being said, we are at 1 o'clock. We went overtime today, super overtime. Let's just keep it chill. We're trying to go live every single day. I know it's a holiday, so we still haven't had a losing day. This week has been kind of slow. We're keeping it safe so we don't give money back to the markets for the holidays. But with that being said, keep smiling. Don't let anybody piss you off. Make sure that if you haven't, make sure that you like and subscribe or hit the follow. Follow my Instagram at Edwin D. Zapata or my TikTok. I only have the one account, so stay away from fake accounts. I'll never ask you for money. If you want to send me money, send me all the money that you want, of course. My bank account always has more room for more growth. But other than that, if you're looking to become a profitable trader in the new year, hit me up on Instagram. Send me the word YouTube so I know you came from my YouTube or from this live. Other than that, keep smiling. Don't let anybody piss you off. And I'll see you all in the chats, and I'll see you all on the next one.